The matrix of addiction recovery. Different paths, shared recovery process. You do not need to know the matrix to use this exercise. For the workshop, rent or purchase it from YouTube, Amazon, or Apple TV. This exercise is really about recovery. Accepting reality, making a decision, practicing daily, accepting help, and becoming someone new through repeated action. Many people in early recovery know where they want to go but cannot seem to get there. They try to stop and cannot. That does not mean they are weak. Substance use disorder is recognized as a mental health disorder in the DSM-5, not a moral failing. Recovery is not just disconnecting from alcohol or drugs. Recovery means changing patterns, thinking, relationships, habits, routines, and daily choices. In healthcare, this is called adherence, continuing to do the actions that support recovery after treatment, therapy, or stabilization. When motivation fades or life gets difficult, adherence becomes hard. That is why people need structure, accountability, reminders, and support, not blame. Recovery paths can sound confusing because they use different languages. AA and 12-step recovery may talk about powerlessness, sponsors, meetings, inventory, amends, service, and one day at a time. Recovery Dharma may talk about suffering, craving, attachment, mindfulness, sangha, compassion, meditation, and wise action. DBT and CBT may talk about triggers, urges, thoughts, emotions, distress tolerance, coping skills, relapse prevention, and behavior change. Those can sound like 3 different sets of instructions, but many point toward the same daily process. Show up, accept help, practice daily, stay connected, change how you live. One of the most widely used and researched recovery paths is 12-step recovery. AA can look informal, but informal does not mean ineffective. Research from Stanford and Harvard scientists, published in the Cochrane Library, found strong evidence for AA participation and 12-step facilitation, including improved alcohol outcomes. A key reason may be adherence support. 12-step recovery is free, widely available, and built around meetings, sponsorship, service, accountability, and peer support. Recovery Dharma and other peer-led paths may also help many people, though they are newer and less studied. CBT and DBT teach powerful skills for emotional regulation, distress tolerance, relapse prevention, and behavior change. Recovery begins with honesty and acceptance. Something is not working, and I may need help. 12-step recovery may call this powerlessness and unmanageability. Recovery Dharma may call this suffering, craving, attachment, and the causes of suffering. DBT and CBT may call this recognizing triggers, urges, distorted thinking, emotions, and behaviors that are not working. Different language, same beginning. I have to change. Acceptance alone is not enough. Change requires a decision. In the matrix, the blue pill means returning to comfortable illusion. The red pill means choosing reality, even when reality is difficult. In recovery, that decision, like the red pill, is only the beginning. The real work is learning to live differently after the decision is made. At some point, like Neo, you may wish you had taken the blue pill. You may want the old comfort, the old escape, or the old illusion. That is where community, support, and training begin to pay off. The daily actions often point in the same direction. AA may say, go to a meeting, call your sponsor, take inventory, make amends, and be of service. Recovery Dharma may say, connect with Sangha, seek wise friendship, investigate craving, practice compassion, and choose wise action. DBT and CBT may say, attend group, use your support plan, check your thoughts, repair behavior, and act according to your values. Different words, similar daily work. Connect, pause, look honestly, choose wisely. repair harm, help others. Try again tomorrow. Early recovery is not the best time to invent a recovery plan from scratch. First things first, stay sober, follow a path that supports recovery, and practice it daily. Insight helps, but repeated action changes lives. Now we use the Matrix as a story for the same process. Neo senses something is wrong. He meets people who can help. He chooses reality over comfortable illusion. He wakes up painfully. He accepts care. He trains. He struggles with fear, temptation, and his old self-image. He becomes someone new through repeated action. That is the recovery path in story form. When Neo asks, "Why do my eyes hurt?" the answer is simple: because he has never used them before. In recovery, seeing clearly can hurt at first too. Pain is not proof that recovery is wrong. Sometimes it is proof that the eyes are opening. No one wakes up alone. People in recovery need support too. Sponsors, peers, therapists, doctors, sangha, groups, sober living, medication providers, and recovery communities. Sober living can also support recovery by adding structure, accountability, and community between meetings, therapy, and daily life. Support does not remove the work. Support helps people stay in the work. The Matrix also teaches something important about identity. Morpheus calls it residual self-image, the picture a person carries of themselves. In recovery, people often carry old images too. Recovery changes identity through repeated action. Relapse often begins days or weeks before substance use. It may begin with a missed meeting, skipped call, resentment, small lie, isolation, the thought, "I've got this," or wishing for the blue pill. The danger is not one thought. The danger is the direction. Thoughts and feelings are signals, not commands. Recovery begins with honesty. Change requires a decision. Recovery is action. AA, Recovery Dharma, and DBT, CBT, may use different languages, but they often point toward a similar daily path. Honesty, decision, practice, community, awareness, service. In the movie, Neo is told that he can be shown the door, but he has to walk through it. Recovery works the same way. You can be shown the door and the path, but you have to walk it, with support, one day at a time. And you do not have to walk it alone. As you watch the movie, look for moments when Neo and others face difficult reality, accept help, train, resist the pull back into illusion, or choose whether to keep walking the path.